To all the non-believers, 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 non-believers. I'm making.
What's up, y'all? This is Jay Varsity, and welcome to episode 65 of NBA Talk, Finals Edition. And we got to cover more than just the finals because I have a lot of stuff to get off my chest. I am very, very frustrated. I am very pissed off right now. And I'm pretty sure you know what I am mad about because watching that game 5, watching the first 14 minutes, that was just absolutely that that's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. I'm just extremely frustrated. Let me start with a few other things before I get to that. The Anthony Davis drama. According to sources, that the Lakers are not front runners for any big market free agents, so their best shot is to get Anthony Davis in a trade package, and also it's been, I don't know if it's been confirmed yet, but according to other sources that like Adrian Wojnarowski or some other unknown sources that I don't know about, I follow a lot of basketball pages and all that. That the Washington Wizards are also involved in the three-way deal so that the Lakers can negotiate with the Pelicans. I don't know if that means they're gonna move Bradley Beal. Maybe he might become a Pelican, or I don't know if he might. I don't know if he's gonna become a Laker. I don't think the Lakers are gonna end up with Bradley Beal and Anthony Davis. So I have there's really a small to no chance of that happening. Anthony Davis is looking like it's more inevitable that he's gonna be a Laker, because the Knicks are trying to put an offer together, but according to, again, sources, the Pelicans are not pleased with what the Knicks are offering, and they're not exactly so enthusiastic about the Knicks' young core, which is understandable because it's like you haven't really seen much from the Knicks' young talent. I mean, when it comes to Frank Ntilikina, Kevin Knox, they just look like they've been injury prone. Alonzo Trier, he's been nice, but it's just like you can't bank money on that. Like, the Pelicans are trying to build a team for the future, and it's like these young guys, they don't feel like they have a future. Although, again, I could be wrong because we can't just judge them just based off of one season, 1 or 2 seasons. We gotta look years down the line, and who knows if they're gonna be different players by then. But anyway, if the Pelicans don't see nothing that they're interested in, they're just not going to negotiate anymore with the Knicks. But it's going to be interesting how the Lakers and the Wizards are going to try to get this done. According to this, they would have to have the deal done by the end of this weekend because the draft is next Thursday. So that gives the Lakers a bit of an edge to get this deal done. It gives them a lot of time to prepare a package, and who knows that by Sunday, Anthony Davis could be a Laker. Anthony Davis could be a Laker by Sunday. That is insane. And then again, if this deal doesn't fall through, if I'm the Lakers, I'm pulling all the stops. I'm throwing everything. I'm going for it. I'm not pulling any punches. I'm throwing haymakers to get Anthony Davis, because if it is absolutely true that no top tier free agent does not want to go to the Lakers, then my God, you need to go after Anthony Davis like now. You need to go after him now. Yeah. Aside from that, let me just quickly cover the game. Cover Game 5. It wasn't not a pretty game to watch. It was very sloppy. Both teams were committing a lot of turnovers. The Golden State Warriors, they had an unbelievable shooting night. That's the only way they won this game, because they had an unbelievable shooting night. The Raptors were committing a lot of turnovers, but yet at the same time they were getting defensive stops, and they were grinding it out. The Raptors were fighting through this whole game, They were going back and forth, trying to cut the lead down. They were fighting the whole game to get to within maybe to within 3 points, and it got to the point where Kawhi said, "You know what? I'm gonna take this game over. The championship is gonna be won by my hands." He just absolutely went on a tear. And, sorry, I was a little bit interrupted, but yeah, Kawhi Leonard, he was going on a tear. He went on a 10-2 run all by himself, and then I swear to you, if this was not by far the dumbest thing I ever saw, it was the dumbest timeout I have ever seen. It was by far the dumbest timeout I've ever seen. Like, come on, bro. Like, you cannot call a timeout after you go on a 10-2 run. You just can't do that. Like, that just killed the momentum of your team. It just killed the momentum. And then it's like you lost all your rhythm. You gave Golden State time to rest when they was practically exhausted trying to stop Kawhi, and that you just gave them all the momentum back. And then I got on Kyle Lowry for trying to take that shot, but at the same time I looked at it again and Draymond did block it. Draymond made a great defensive play, so I can't really get mad about that shot anymore. Because if you look real fast, it just looked like Kyle Lowry took a really bad shot. Like how the hell you hit the side of the backboard? But then again, it's like Draymond got a finger on it, so it was like, and apparently that finger made it go a whole different direction. But now that we cover the game, now I need to get to this. I need to cover this right now because I am very freaking pissed off at this organization. I know who you know I'm talking about because I even commented on this on the Hoops and Brews channel. I commented on Pavi's hot takes. The Warriors organization should be ashamed of themselves for making Kevin Durant play in Game 5. That was absolutely disgusting. Like, you risked this man's career for one game, and he gave you 14 minutes, and he tore his Achilles when you knew he wasn't healthy. You knew Kevin Durant was not healthy, and you still acknowledged the man to play. All the pressure of the Warriors organization saying that Kevin Durant is not urgent to come back. He's not trying to get back as quick as possible. That his teammates are calling him out, and ESPN trying to pressure Kevin Durant to come in so the NBA Finals could be quote unquote more interesting. Like, are you kidding me? Now you can't say nothing about what Kawhi did with San Antonio because people like ESPN and the Warriors organization and even fans pressuring KD to come back. I just don't believe this. Y'all did this. Every single part of that every single one of those people that I just mentioned had something to do with KD's injury. Like, KD should not be suffering from a torn Achilles right now. He should not be suffering from a torn Achilles right now. His career could take a huge turn for the worse because of the pressure that he took to come back. I'm absolutely disgusted, and don't get me started with that fake ass apology by Bob Meyers. That was a fake ass apology. This man couldn't shed a tear. Like, don't come at me like Kevin Durant loves basketball. If you were questioning how bad he wanted to come back to play, you were wrong. The typical speech. That was the most typical speech that I've ever heard. I don't want to hear none of that. That was by far the fakest thing I've seen from the Warriors organization. The Golden State Warriors have not appreciated Kevin Durant like they're supposed to. That man brought them 2 titles. Kevin Durant brought them 2 freaking titles. I don't want to hear nothing. Without Kevin Durant, you would have probably lost to LeBron another 2 more times in the finals. I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. As much as I complain about Kevin Durant going to the Golden State Warriors, without Kevin Durant, the Warriors wouldn't. Steph Curry wouldn't have 3 rings. Klay Thompson wouldn't have 3 rings. Draymond Green wouldn't have 3 rings. None of them mofos would have 3 rings. As much as I don't like Kevin Durant, I would never in my life wish for a kind of injury. I would never wish for an injury, period. Especially not an Achilles injury. That is just god awful. You have to be a heartless human being to even wish for something like that. You could not like a player because maybe, you know, something with maybe that person, you don't like their personality or how they act on the court. That's a whole different story. Like, that's just from a fan's perspective. But as a person, you do not wish for something like that to happen to a person. You do not wish for that. And let me make this clear. The people in Toronto, they were celebrating because they saw a live ball turnover. When they saw Kevin Durant was hurt, they gave him a standing ovation. They gave him a standing ovation, and they were chanting KD's name in Toronto. Like, people got on the Toronto fans for being quote unquote heartless, and then DeMarcus Cousins calling them trash, classless, and all that. Pay some freaking attention and notice that there was a live ball turnover. There was a live ball turnover. And then when they noticed KD being down, yeah, you had a couple of asses that decided to celebrate KD being hurt. Well, that's just a few. Don't blame a whole fan base for what a couple people do. You need to realize that that people in Toronto, they're not that classless. They're not classless. They're not just gonna celebrate because a player got hurt. Like, I just don't. That's just not right. That's just not right. And it doesn't sound like fans in Toronto to celebrate that a player got hurt. It doesn't sound like it. But back to my frustration towards the Warriors organization. The owner sounds fake. The president of basketball operations sounds fake. The team doctors, the team doctors should be fired. Kevin Durant should have got a second opinion to know if he could have played or not. He should have got a second opinion. Like, because this is why Kawhi Leonard did what he did. He didn't trust the San Antonio Spurs team doctors. And guess what? The Spurs, they thought that he was cheating them out of what could have possibly been a deep playoff run, even though, you know, the situation. But all in all, only you know how you feel. That's the lesson in this. Only you know how you feel. Don't try to believe other doctors or other people trying to tell you or trying to rush you back when you know that you're not ready. I know that must have been what Kevin Durant was feeling. He must have been feeling, oh, they need me. They need me to come back. They're talking about it all over ESPN, all over Undisputed. First things first. They're mentioning it all over Twitter, Instagram. They need me to come back. Well, KD, only you know how you feel, and because you fell for the pressure of coming back, now your career is in jeopardy. And as I look on Instagram as of right now, Adrian Wojnarowski said that Kevin Durant will only re-sign with the Golden State Warriors as only if it's a last resort. That is his last resort, which meaning Kevin Durant's getting out of here. KD is getting out of here. Like he said, if he said quote unquote that it's a last resort, that is not a good sign if you're the Golden State Warriors. And quite frankly, you don't deserve to keep him. You don't deserve to have Kevin Durant. Again, there has been plenty of acts where I never agreed with KD, but this is the one thing that I'm on KD's side with. If it's a last resort to sign with Golden State, then it's a last resort. But let me tell you right now, that's not a very good thing if that's a last resort. That is not a very good thing. But all in all, I'm just disgusted. I'm agitated. I'm not even mad that Toronto lost. I'm mad at the fact that an organization could not accept the fact that they were down 3-1 and couldn't go down with the ship, and they forced a player who was nowhere near close to healthy to play in an NBA Finals after one practice, and he didn't even practice for like 20 minutes. He even practiced for like 20 minutes, and it was almost non-contact. Like that is ludicrous. I don't feel sorry for nobody, for Golden State fans or the organization. And the players, y'all should have known this either. Y'all should have known that KD was not close to being healthy either, and you had the nerve to question his health. I'm not here to act like I'm a KD fan, because clearly I'm not. Ever since KD went to Golden State, I never felt the same way about KD again. But at the same time, I cannot act like as if I'm oblivious to see when something wrong is being done. The Warriors organization did KD wrong. They did him dirty, and they left him out there as if he were alone in the desert. Like I don't want to hear it. I really don't. I'm disgusted, and I can't say it anymore. And in game 6, I hope the Golden State Warriors lose. I hope they lose, because for what they did to this man's career is a lot more damaging to what happened to them in the finals. Anyway, that's it. That's all. This is your boy Jay Varsity. Like, comment, subscribe if you like basketball content. This was your boy, and I am out. Peace.
We got some non-believers out there.
Make believers out of non-believers. Make believers out the overseers.